Why, hello, Mac. How are you doing today, sir? Work going all right? Having a quiet night, I hope. Oop. There we go. Okay. Ugh. Man, I do not want to go back to work tomorrow. Not feeling it. Weekend went by way too fast. It's alright. Hopefully, the Sunday's easy. It is sometimes. I think Do we have a room move? Do we have a room move? We do have a room move. We have 2. It's gross. Slower today. That's good. There's not too much bullshit going on. What is today? Today's Saturday, huh? What do I do on a Saturday? Not these books. Oh, I know what I have to do. Never mind. Back on this fucking hydrohypostasis bullshit. Nah, that's good. Since I stayed up waiting for your IV run there. Since I stayed up so fucking late and then hung out with Joe and Bane in the morning, I ended up sleeping in until about 3 or 4. So I'll probably be up late to play some games tonight. No orders since 5. Man, I wish I worked in supply chain with you sometimes. I really do. I mean, I was gonna apply when you said that new building was opening up, but yeah, I don't know. I care more about money right now, I think, over the job convenience. For now, anyway. Even though maybe it's a stupid line of thinking, but... Remember when people said this character was gonna be bad? You watched that second quiz? No, I didn't. I was driving at the time. Otherwise I would've. Was it easy? I mean, you still got 9 out of 10, so... I'm assuming it wasn't that bad. Just hoping for the 3rd one I can actually get in. I had the same thing that happened to us last night happen, where I hit join and it kept saying try again later. Annoyed you struck out at 9? What was the 10th question? Something obscure, probably. What weapon is useless on Diona? Well, that's kind of subjective. What the fuck? That's not really a good question. What weapon is useless on Diona? Yeah, I mean, technically a DPS weapon, I guess, but... What was the answer? No. Wait, what? Why do I have a character tick? For what? I don't. Had it between Stringless and Alley Hunter. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess, like... I mean, the correct answer is Alley Hunter. Okay, I would have guessed that one. That's not as bad then, I guess. Even though it is kind of subjective. They are both equally useless, though, to be fair. Like, I don't... This extra skill and burst damage doesn't matter. I mean, it's basically equivalent to this. Oh, you struck... Oh, that was the 9th question. Okay, I see. Never mind. 10th question was asking which of the following food items healed you. I might have known that one off the top of my head if I wasn't, like, panicking.
This realm.
Oh, wait, not yet. Let me reset. Boop. Boop. You forgot Alley Hunter Assistant. Really? It's a really good weapon, actually.
If you ever.
It's actually one of Fish's better weapons. Just because of the off-field damage buff that you get. It takes a second to stack up, but it's not bad. Oh, once. Lent. Oh well. Hey, at least you won Primos. You have one leveled as well. Hey, at least you got some Primos. It's not 1200, but it's probably what, like 800 something? Wait. I have no seeds. I have no seeds, but I have 20 of these. Alright, yeah. No use DPS bow characters. I mean, that's fair. Uh, that's not where I want to go. If people got attempt correct, meaning I get nothing. Oh, I see. Well, that's fucked. Well, shit. I didn't realize that's how it worked, actually. Not gonna lie. Yeah, that's pretty whack. When's the next quiz at? It's in a little bit, isn't it? Let me check how you live. Or, well, I'll just wait for you to tell me, I guess. Oh, here's the next set. Yeah. Hopefully the next set we can actually collab on. If it's super fucking early in the morning again, at like 3 or something, I'll probably like set an alarm for 2. Wake up and get on and do it. $120 to $150. Okay. So, about a week. Okay. So it's next weekend, I guess, basically. Okay. Poppin', bitch. Damn, I missed 3 crits. That's depressing. Burr. Burr. Oh, that's awkward. kind of forgot that I have to get uh, Sakura petals again. The 90 Mayatsu, and upon realizing this, now I'm depressed. Yee? Yee? I see, okay. Ew. Ew. Need to do books tomorrow. Did I do Raiden boss this week? Yes, I did. Okay, never mind. Sag. I did that quest too. You had a secret quest at Wangshu Inn. What? Maybe a secret quest at Wangshu Inn. Hello? 20 primos. Alright, well now you have my attention. I wonder if I've done it before. Who do you talk to? Fucking bug bite in my hand. I haven't talked to you before. She gave me nothing. In the dining area. Two guys talking about soup. What? Oh, outside, not downstairs. It's up one more, isn't it? No. What? Am I stupid? It's down here. Oh. What? Probably never noticed them here before. Well, that's weird as fuck. What the fuck? Reddish veggie soup. Yeah, I have like 50 on me. It's from Fontaine. Numbering medicine. What? Hello? Hmm. What? So the so what they're talking about is making a very descriptive recipe. What? Why is this a quest? Go up to the kitchen. God damn it. Teleport. Strange as hell. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, lucky for you, I have 1,000 of them on me. There you go. I just said it. I cooked the soup. When we next meet. What? He's gonna go to Sumeru to explore the nature of soup. Okay. Thanks for the primos, I guess. Preach. But, like, why? This fucking game, man. So weird. That's when my filters stop working. Anti-pog. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that quest, but hey. Sure. Hmm. How many more do I need for my Ayatsu? 3 more. Alright, cool. If I can get 3 right now, that'd be fantastic. Soup of Sumeru. Yes. Soup of Sumeru indeed there. Bop. Bop. Hmm. Okay. I, you know?
Adventure time.
Yeah.
By royal decree. Time for a light show.
It's just a skill issue, to be honest.
Adventure. And step.
Soup of Sumeru.
Fire hazard.
What a cherry blossoms under the electric lake. Yeah, there's a shit ton down there. Oh, what am I doing? I'm throwing. Holy shit.
Oz reveal thyself. Break a leg.
I was totally not fucking paying attention to this. This run is going awful. I don't know if I've thrown this hard in a while.
Going in. Fuse is lit.
And I'm not getting that many buffs. Or any crits. Oof.
By royal decree. Off we go.
You never collected those ever. Yeah, okay, Rocco. You're right. Just don't throw. I got 3. That's a shit flower. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't be reading chat when I'm fighting a boss and just completely look away from the screen. Maybe. Getting those fucking Sakura petals is kind of the last thing that I want to do right now, since I need to get 60 of them. But yeah, no. Don't throw things. Alright, let's go fucking... Not that. Those here. I can take the mirror one if you want. I mean, I should have enough in mine. There's over 60, isn't there? Oh, fucking dust. What? But I'm broke on mats. No. That feels bad. Grind fucking samurai hilts too. They don't have enough books. Yeah, I have enough books. Alright, well. Let's go look up a fucking TakaGG video. There's 75 of them.
Company, fall in.
Company, fall in. Alright. Oh, I need a fucking electro character too, huh?
All right, amuse me.
Thought I was done with this bullshit, but I forgot that him and Ayaka are not 90. And that I made a grave mistake. It's gonna be fucking interesting for people to watch. Just me running around hitting fucking flowers. Flower petals. I mean, they're not even flower petals, I guess. Well, no, they are there. Having a stroke. Um, um, um. You. And then here. And then jump around in circles, and then fucking feel like you want to die. That's wrong, I think. So what are your plans tonight, Mac, when you get home? Anything going on specifically? You just gonna kind of play whatever you feel like in the moment? Because beyond my Genshin writing, I actually don't know what else I want to do. Personally. I might put some Smite. I think I'm gonna actually get into it, since me, Joe, and Bane are playing it semi-consistently. More of those bitches, too. This one's up here. This one is down here. I think.
A sight to behold.
Did not mean to press Q. Around the dungeon. I might be down. Rock's playing Spelunky. Rocco, what have you not done in Spelunky yet? Because you've done the true ending, haven't you? And you've gone to like Cosmic Ocean and all that jazz?
That's quite enough.
Oh, the Astral Sea. You haven't done Cosmic Ocean. Interesting. I'm kind of surprised. I thought you would have already. Played the fuck out of Spelunky too. Takes 99 floors to beat. Well, I didn't mean beat it. I meant just like do it. Did I get all of them here? Yeah, I did. That is kind of fucking absurd though. And 99 floors to beat that shit.
Anyone seems to be writing about these days. Goodness knows what they find so disappointing about their own world.
Then we could. Oh. I see. Around the shrine. Okay. I really need to buy another monitor with my next paycheck. I do not like only having one. I was being smart about my cash money, but I think I'm gonna splurge on a nice monitor next paycheck. Yeah, there's not one behind me. Having to tab out for this video to look at fucking locations is kind of ass. Okay, this one here, and then there's one. Did I skip one? Guess I did right here. What the fuck is this one? Oh, it's up here. Weird. We were playing some Smite with one of their work friends who hasn't played it before. It's kind of funny because even though I don't play Smite like super consistently anymore, like I still have enough knowledge to play it pretty well. But I don't know, it was kind of just funny seeing someone play it that really has never played it before, because I kind of like remembered where I used to be with Smite when we were first playing, and I was kind of like, man, that's rough when you get thrust into a game and you don't know what the fuck's going on. Making a fucking build because people told you what to build and you're just like, what does this item mean? What does this item do? We were playing like the ARAM game mode in Smite basically, and I randomed the god that he was playing, but he didn't want to switch. And I was just playing the god properly and doing combos, and he was like, what the fuck? How are you doing that? Why are you doing so much more damage? And I was like, It's because I have played the game, unfortunately. I was playing Bologna, and he was trying to use her hammer form to engage with gods when he was doing an attack speed build, and I was like, what are you doing, my child? You have the whip for a reason, and where there is a whip, there is a way. Is there one down here? Can't remember. Not in this ring, I don't think. In the cave, though. Yeah. It does feel good to jump back into Smite and like play my old main that I used to play and still be kind of good at him. Do big elephant things. Can I grab this? That's toxic. Might as well grab his one here. Might as well. Okay. I'm pretty sure all the Sakura petals are down and they're not on a branch or something. I think that's the highest one, is right over here. Mac, do you know if Josh is gonna be on tonight? Because I wouldn't mind playing some Labyrinthine with him if he wants to, if it's not too late when he's on. Although inevitably he probably is going to be getting home at like 2 in the morning. Is there one up higher, or is it a beetle? Why did I grab down here? Did I grab 5? I think I did. I'm just gonna assume that I didn't call it a day. Unlikely, yeah. I figured as much. I figured. Doesn't hurt to ask though. I mean, I kind of want a fucking Slurpee right now. Don't feel like going out and getting one though. One. Who the fuck are you? Next one is up this way. Got this beetle first. Delicious. Give. And then next one. You. Next one. It's you. How have I never led the Sealy to where it wants to go? What?
Time to go.
Excuse me? I don't know how many times I've done this fucking route and I haven't led the Sealy to where it wants to go. I think that is just an epitome of my peak Genshin laziness. Oh, that for a common chest. Woohoo.
Follow the wind.
Alright. Where was I? I grabbed those 2 bottom ones. So next one is this way. Bonk. And then bonk.
Chivalry will never die.
Chivalry will never die.
Allow me. No
The
touching.
punks. Come here. I'll beat your ass.
The birds call into the wind.
I might as well pull these guys too while I'm right here because I need sword hilts.
Let's get down to business.
Yeah. All of you group up.
Hey,
Rest and read it.
say no more. The wind knows way. To the ferry. Finally,
Okay. Boop. No. Bump. And then back to you. And also, since I'm not using fish right now, you can have your artifacts back. Congratulations, you won. I need to get her better artifacts too. She's just kind of on the back burner because I wasn't really working on a team with her right now. But I have her weapon. So I don't have C2 though, which is sad. But yeah, she's kind of just sitting there. I mean, I literally could level it right now, but I'm not going to. She's better artifacts too, holy shit. But yeah, that's another problem for another day. So I'm doing one team at a time. Not gonna get ahead of myself. Staircase. There's what? 4 of them? Yeah. Oh. I love her attack animations. This is still one of the most well-done characters, in my opinion. Everything about Yamiko's design is so cool. I don't know. It was like one of the first characters I felt in a while that actually had like personality in their character. Like, more than usual. Probably gonna be a pain to grind out later. What you mean? They're gonna be a pain to grind out later? Alright. Bet, for real, for real. Oh, for Sumeru characters? Yeah. Yeah, probably. I still don't know if I'm gonna, how much I'm gonna spend on Tanari's banner. Because I really would like C6 Coli, but I don't... I'm not saving that many primos for it, and I really would rather have the Archon over Tanari. I like the changes that they did to him, making his attack speed a lot faster, but I don't know if that's enough necessarily for me to want to pull for him more than the Archon. Especially because I'm not guaranteed the 50-50 either. Because if I pull Tenarium in the 50-50 and then I lose the 50-50 on the Archon, it's like just wasted primos. If I don't have enough to actually pull the Archon afterwards, anyway. Which, I mean, new region, so I guess it's not, like, super scary necessarily, but I'd rather be more prepared than not. Where is this thing? There it is. C0 coli. Other characters take too much priority for me. It's C0 coli. Mech, you know we're getting a free coli, right? So you will already have C0 coli. If those leaks are true. I haven't heard anyone dispute that, though. So I don't think it's gonna turn out to be fake. I hope not, anyway. I don't know. I'd still probably will grind out and like level up my C0 coli even if I don't get C6 or something. Or any constellations. Oh, later down the line. I see. We see. Yeah, I don't know. I think she's gonna be pretty good, so I think it's gonna be pretty worth it. Where am I going? That's stupid. Right here. I don't have the most optimal team for you necessarily, but
Into the wind. Fallen leaves.
take that, and take that, and take that. Peasant. The next ones are by the house. Wait. No, I got this. Next ones are down here. By Stinky Rock. My only thing about Tanari, realistically, is that I don't have a bow for him. And I am probably not going to get lucky enough to pull his bow off the banner. And I already have so many bow characters, and I really don't want another one. Like, I already play Ganyu, and I already like Yoimiya, so I just kind of am like, I don't want another bow character. I was really hoping for something like a fucking Dendro, pole arm or something a little bit more interesting to me, personally. Just for a little bit of variation. And the weapons that I like using on characters, but like as much as I like Ganyu, like charge attack bow gameplay is boring as fuck. That's why I like Yoimiya's, because at least she's a little different. But just standing there like waiting for it to charge and clicking every like second is just kind of like, yeah, funny big number, but it's, you know, just kind of fucking boring. I'm not hit. That does. I'm also afraid that if he doesn't have his bow, he's gonna be just subpar.
Time to go.
Those all ran because I hit that one. Really? A bunch of assholes. Is that enough? Yes, it is. 100% agree. Yeah.
Kick back and put my feet up since
Well, I know that's why you never really leveled your Ganyu, is because you kind of just felt she was boring. And as much as I like that she does such good damage, I agree. Like, Ganyu's gameplay for me, on the team that I have her on, since I don't have the more optimal setup and I don't have Shenhe, is if I don't feel like using Ayaka or her ult isn't up, I do this, I do this, I do this, and then I just sit here and go bop, bop, click, bop, bop, click. Like, yeah, big number funny, but that's why I like characters like Ito and Ayato and Yoimiya and Hutao. Like, I feel like their gameplay was a little bit more interesting, and I mean Hutao and is a bit more Ongabonga, but user as a freezer melt support. That's what I'm using her for right now. And genuinely, I think that if I got another good Blizzard Strayer set, I would just give her Blizzard Strayer, and I would give her Stringless, and just make her a support nowadays. Oh. It'd be kind of a waste if I did, because I have R2 Almas Bow, but I don't know. Just kind of meh. Like, Ganyu funny days were a minute ago, and I still like using her and all, but as there's 1,000 other characters I would rather use
Very well.
right now.
I shall put my official duties to one
What?
side.
Who was on this team? Oh, Yunji. Right.
Let's get this show on the road.
Alright. I don't have enough more to level him up. That's really unfortunate. I forgot how expensive it is to 90 a character. I'm Mora and currently. I could do one ley line, I guess. Am I stupid? There it goes. Exactly what are you using her? Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Just doing it. But I mean, the problem is I don't have Blizzard Strayer pieces anyway, so. One thing I was kind of thinking of is pairing her with Ayato and having her be the cryo support for his freeze team. The only issue is just with Ganyu being that support, is she just doesn't get as much energy as I would like for herself. So I feel like she needs double cryo, so at least like when Ayaka is fine, I can have her as a semi-battery for Ganyu. But I don't know. That, do that, do that. Do that. That's who you used her with? I figured.
One with wind and cloud. Into the wind. Mind the damage.
Pop. If I had a better Sakbo. That's what I would do. I would change this team completely and have it be Ayato, Ganyu, Diona, and Kazuha. Probably. And then I would just have my Yunjin level for my Yoimiya team. But I mean, I like this team though right now, so that's why I haven't really swapped to it yet. Because this team actually is pretty good, and I don't know, getting the constellations on Toma has kind of made me like him a little bit more now, especially because his talents are a little bit higher, and I could level this one too, obviously, but I don't know. He's not as bad as I originally gave him low credit for. I mean, he's not blowing me away either, so don't get that twisted, but Yeah, he ain't bad. He's just weird. But when Dendro comes out, I'll be using him with Dendro, because that seemed interesting, so. Non-stop AoE damage for that team. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, Ayato ult, Ganyu ult, Kazuha ult, group everything together. Ayato, everything's frozen. Ayato just goes bop, 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 bop. Such a cool character. Fuck me. Okay, well, I need to get money for books, level him up, and then I also need money for his talents, which is a whole other can of worms. I just need more right now. I'm just more at Kazuo pulls all the enemies in the middle of the ults. Yep. Kazuo has big strong. I need to look 90 of this too, but I figured the bosses were a bit more important right now. I still want this. Still waiting for it. Well, you know what? Let's do the Duluth quest, huh? Time to move fast. I still stand by that Kazuha is the only trip or double S tier character in this game. There are S tiers, but Kazuha I think is the only double S. 100%. Even without C1, even without C2, even without Iron Sting. Yeah. I have C6 Diana. I do, and I was going to level her, but I didn't want to jump around too much, and I was focusing on one team at a time. But I was thinking after I finish this team, I am going to level my Diana next, and actually commit to it. She's at 70 right now. No, she's at 60. Because I just didn't use her, but I have C6. It's just that problem I always talk about where when I was playing before, I just did not spend as much time as I needed to on leveling the right characters in this game, and I just kind of regret it now. Depends on the categories you're looking at. Yeah, sure.
Time to go. Follow the wind.
I just think that they're genuinely, besides a Geo team, but even then still kind of a Geo team, there is just not a team that Kazuha does not bring benefit to. Good sub DPS support AoE. Exactly, he fills 2 slots, and he does a shit ton of damage, and he groups, and he shreds. I just think he does too much.
Time to go.
Good day to you both. It's been quite a long time. You're looking well as ever. Hi, Adeline. To what do we owe the
Willing to pair him with a good elemental team.
important
Yeah.
business to discuss with Master Diluc, I presume?
Grape juice, actually.
That's right. Adeline, since we've run into you, maybe we could just get you to help us with this one. We always miss the winery's discount grape juice, so this time we decided to come here early. Can you reserve a bottle for us? We'll pay a deposit.
Of course I can, and no deposit necessary, but I'm afraid you might be in for quite a wait. Dawn Winery's discount grape juice takes a long time to make. Every summer, Master Diluc handpicks 2 barrels of the finest grapes to turn into juice.
Mm-hmm.
Why sell the good stuff at a low...
Master has never explained his reasoning. If I had to guess,
It's because he resents the
marketing
winery.
technique. Special deals always attract customer. Perhaps Master hopes to increase the popularity of fruit.
Does he discounts the winery?
People have
I
more
meant
options
despises
when it
the
comes to
winery.
drinking. It makes an ideal alternative for the heaviest drinkers because they won't get drunk and start causing mischief. Master Diluc isn't all about money.
Huta is pretty up there as well. Big
Big
festival. She is, but I would say she's just S tier.
Imagine if everyone could just enjoy
Maybe that's my
glass
hot
of
take.
wine and have a good time while keeping their wits about them and not creating trouble for others.
Because I do agree,
Wouldn't that be a miracle?
but
Wow. Master Diluc's such a thoughtful guy.
the issue is like
So is
Melt
Diluc
Comp
taking
ain't good with
back
her,
his great
and
first
Overload
love?
isn't strong, so it's basically either Mono Pyro or Vape.
He'll start the process
She
of
can't be run
getting
with
this
every
out
single
of the
character.
way.
But
If
like
you're
every
interested,
team could benefit
sure,
from
Master
Kazuha,
Diluc would be
basically.
delighted to see you and hear your thoughts.
So she's S tier to me.
As you know, whenever
But
Master Diluc catches
Kazuha
wind
is
of any
double
other
S.
silvery guest showing up in Mondstadt, he takes it upon himself
And
to
you know what? Maybe I'm
greet
just a slut for
them in
Kazuha.
person.
Maybe that's all it
It's
is.
the same story today. He should be somewhere near Falcon Coast. I'm not sure how
But
long he'll be. In the meantime, would you like to take a seat inside? I have to stay here and wait for some other guests, but Hilly and Mako will be glad to take care of you.
I mean, I could do a fucking Genshin tier list.
What is that supposed to mean? But Paimon although Diluc is
If you're happy to help, that would be wonderful.
I haven't been paying attention to this story at all. I don't know what's going on. We're helping Diluc do something because we want grape juice. You know what? Fuck it. We're already on this conversation right now. Let's do a fucking Genshin tier list. Does this have every single character? I think it does. Okay. Ayato is probably the most free-to-play friendly 5-star we have so far. That's where I would give him points. Near infinite hydro infusions and a passive AoE ult. I think I do agree. I think I do agree. Because you can do a pretty good freeze team with just free-to-play characters. So I do agree on that one, I think. Let's enter new source. Window capture, add source. New one. This one. Window. Firefox. Okay. What?
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Just wait 1 second. Genshin. Webcam. I don't need a battery for him. I know he doesn't really need a battery at all.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade. It is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
This is... Yeah, this works. Ito above C2 I think is SS, just because of the amount of raw damage he can pump out in a single ult.
Taking a stroll
Yeah.
in the middle of a downpour certainly rouses the spirit.
Yeah, you're right.
But it's best
Alright.
to dry your clothes as
Let's-
soon as possible after the rain stops.
Let's do this. Pump the music up a little bit more. Fuck it. Right in the middle of the fucking stream while I'm doing something. Tier list. This is 4 and 5 stars, which is quite a bit. But I like doing tier lists because I think they're kind of fun because I like thinking about shit in the game. And I'll feed off some opinions in chat as well. Why not? Alright, Traveler. Well, before I do this, actually, add a row above. Double S. Let's do that. That. For my own sanity. And then add a row below. Trash. Alright. Traveler. Okay. The Traveler. I'm gonna update my fucking Genshin tier list now. Update my fucking stream shit just because be good streamer. Alright, Traveler is need 2 travelers for all 3 elements. I do have 2 travelers. I can't duplicate like a... I also can't like really... Like, can I scroll at all on this? Or does it break it? Just kind of break it. Okay, that's fine. I'll just leave it right here. Okay. So I'll say... Fucking hell. I do need one more character. Whatever. It's fine. I think out of all of the travelers, the Animo is the best. I'll say the male traveler is Animo. I think male Animo traveler is not that bad. And if you don't have other good Animo characters, he isn't the worst thing in the world. However, his constellations are kind of whack. And I don't think they improve the character as much as they could, which is for a reason, probably. You're gonna say Geo? The only reason that I like the Geo Traveler is because it gives crit rate with C1 and C4 gives energy. I would have said Electro's on the bottom because it's fine, but it doesn't do as much as it wants to and doesn't do that much damage. So for female traveler being Geo, I would say she's C tier. Or not. Wait, what? This is backwards. Hold up. Why is this labeled wrong? I would say Geo is C tier. And Animo is also C tier. But I would say Animo, for me, is slightly above. Do you agree? Cooldown is too long. Yeah. Cooldown is way too long. It's just not worth it. And the energy regen isn't even that good, TBH. Like, it's fine, but if you just have a battery, it does more than that Traveler will ever do for you. So, yeah, I guess if somehow you pulled Yaimiko and don't have Fischl, and don't have Kujo Sara, and don't have Raiden Shogun, or even Beto, you could use Electro Traveler. You'll do your list once you get home? Hey. Hell yeah. So for all intents and purposes, for me, Animo is slightly above Geo. But realistically, they're in the same place. They're just both meh. Alright. Albedo. Albedo, before his weapon, I would have put him in C tier. Because just a 3-star sword or festering desire isn't enough to make him as good as he is now, especially with his new artifact set. But with his weapon and his artifact set, he is a very good support sub DPS, and even though he doesn't give shields inherently, just having the crystallization reaction and the elemental mastery buff is pretty good. And I've had times where I was playing my Hu Tao team and I wanted my Zhongli on somebody else's team, and I just had Albedo. And it's a little bit strange, but the crystallization shields aren't the worst thing in the world for shielding. That being said, I would rather just have Zhongli on every other team. Still. For a Geode character anyway. And his biggest use really is just on the Ito team. So I'd put him in B tier. He's better than he used to be, but he is still just okay. Even with constellations, yeah, the plunging damage constellation is fine, but I think he's high B tier if anything. Low A tier maybe. As much as I love the boy, I'm gonna put him in B tier. Amber? I don't think I have to say anything. This character needs a buff. This character needs something. This character needs an artifact set and a weapon. It's a shame that this character is this bad, but the meme team of fucking ridiculous damage Baron Bunny. No. I can do the same thing with Hu Tao. She isn't trash. She is still inherently useful. And I think her constellations do give, if you can get them. I mean, C4 gives you an extra bunny, and C6 increases attack and movement speed. So it's just enough to pull her out of trash, I think. All right, Ayaka. When she first came out, I was underwhelmed, and I didn't think she felt that good to play, and I hate the dash. I still don't like the dash. That being said, when I pulled her when she came back, just out of why not purposes, I like her a lot. Ayaka Free's team is very good. And especially since I have Miss Splitter, she's pretty fucking good. Her E pumps out so much more damage than it needs to, and that ult ticks for a lot. And for a really good freeze team with a decent Hydra applicator, shit don't move. She goes in A tier. Once you can get past the weirdness of the dash, and her playstyle does still feel kind of strange, but definitely A tier for me. I mean, she's basically like an updated Keqing, is how I kind of see her as. Like, easy flat A tier. Not quite S, but she is A tier. Barbara's trash. Barbara is my first trash. She just doesn't have anything that I care about. So, like, yeah. Her E buffs hydro damage at C2. And her ult fully reses someone once every 15 minutes. 15 minutes, by the way. But it's just her healing is lackluster. And applying wet to yourself is so stupid. If you're fighting anything pyro, you're just gonna get fucking vaped. It doesn't matter if you can heal the damage, you're gonna get vaped. Her healing isn't even good. She has to be on the field to heal with her E. Which, even that is shit. And yeah, sure, like, you can just play her and pop her Q for healing only, but when I can just get my Diona ult up, when I could get my Diana ult up every fucking 2 seconds, or I could pop down a Kokomi E and just have it passively heal me, or just shield all of my damage away. I would rather not have a shield or a healer, or just have like someone like Albedo or Eugene to make crystals and have that as my shield over playing Barbara. I don't think there's anything that could save this character. We have a good healing set, and we have a good healing weapon. None. Alright, Beto. I don't think I've heard anyone talk about Beto in quite some time. She was used for that taser comp back in the day with Tartaglia and Fischl. And I genuinely think that is probably the last time I've ever heard of her being good. So she makes a shield with her ult. People use her for fun. Yeah. That's really all I would see it as. Like, her constellations don't even really help. So like what? She gives a shield that's a small shield based on health. Fine. Her C2 gives her extra arcs. Fine. Her C4, she gets electro damage. She gets outclassed by everyone. I don't. My problem is that her kit is very greedy for her, and it wants you to play her. And that isn't, besides her Q, like, you're playing her to get her Q up and that's it. Just to do some electro damage. But it's kind of the same thing as with Barbara. Like, I would rather have every other electro character first. Even Kuki Shinobi, who is kind of shit, like, she does about the same damage as Beto would do on her ult with her E. And she heals. She's not trash, but I think she is in D tier. If you didn't have a lot of characters and all you had was Kuki Shinobi and Beto and you wanted to do a taser comp, you know, you could use her and you wouldn't hate her. But just at this point in the game, like, she's a relic of old characters that never got updated and don't have a set that make them really good, especially because she is so greedy with some of her skills. Like, because her perfect blocking with her shield just gives you buffs for her, which isn't really good for a sub DPS or support. I wouldn't even call her a sub DPS. I would just call her a support. Which sucks, because her character looks fucking cool. And I like her design, and I like her personality, but I have Raiden Shogun. I have Fischl. I have Kuki Shinobi. I have Kujo Sara. I have Yaimiko. You know, if I need an electro support, I have it somewhere else. I don't like Bennett. I've never liked Bennett. I never have used him much at all. In game, my Bennett is level 70. His E or his Q rather, is at 9 with the Constellation bonus. He doesn't even have a fully leveled artifact set. And I C6'd him for fun. Rock, I don't remember if you were there or not, but I had Burb in my chat, and I told him that I was going to scar him, and I purposely C6'd my Bennett. Just for funsies. That's how little I like Bennett. But that being said, I do understand that he is really good. Good. Even though I think he's boring as fuck, it doesn't mean that I'm stupid. Right? Like, if I ran him with Hu Tao or I ran him with Diluc, now that I see 6 him, he's not. He's, you know, there's value in that. Personally, I would put him in high B tier. I would put him over Albedo. That's just my preference of how I see Bennett. Because, so the damage bonus is nice. I do understand that. But we're getting to the point in the game where we have so many other characters that buff people's stuff. Is the most interesting healer. A free will of radiance is nice. Yes, I do agree on that. I think we're eclipsing this point of the game where he was ridiculous now, because so what? We have Kujo Sara buffs electro damage. We have Shenhe buffs cryo damage. We have Toma and Yunjin who buffs normal attack damage. His buff is still really good, but we're getting to this point where we're getting support characters that support their resonant element now, or at least their specific type of damage, where you don't need to have Bennett on that team anymore. Like my Ayato team, I have Ayato, Yunjin, Kazuha, and Toma. Yunjin and Toma both buff Ayato's damage a lot and give him more benefits than I think would come from Bennett necessarily. And same with Shenhe. Like, why run Bennett when he's gonna mess up the freeze comp when you could run Kokomi, Ayaka, Shenhe, and Kazuha? You know, if you want to do a hyper carry with Raiden Shogun, Kokomi, Kujo, Sara, Kazuha. You know, we're kind of like rounding to this point where Bennett is gonna become a little bit less ridiculous, I think. But that being said, I do understand that he is just free wall of radiance, and if you give him a fucking high base tech weapon, it's just free 800 attack onto someone, basically. So, B+. Very high B+. Just for me. And it's just only because I think he's boring. I have him on my Yoimiya team right now. Just because she's more squishy. That's genuinely the first time I've used him since like maybe pre 2.0. 100%. So, meh. Chongyun. Chongyun is another relic of the past character to me, because I remember using him with Diluc back in the day, where you need to run like Diluc, Xingqiu, Chongyun, and some sort of flex slot Zhongli, probably. He is still good, for sure. He is still good, and you could use his E pretty well with characters that don't let their infusions get overwritten. And he could be kind of good for like a semi like freeze team type thing. And if you wanted to do melt, you could do melt, but it's not as strong as vape. But you know, he's fine. His alt cost, what is his alt cost? His alt is an 80 cost alt, isn't it? Oh, it's 40. Never mind. I don't know why I thought that. He's a cheap alt. He buffs attack speed to melee characters. You know, that's fine. He has his own battery, kind of. Stuff in his field has the cooldown released. I think that more than anything, he's just a forgotten character. There are better cryo characters to have on your team, but if you have him leveled, he definitely is going to be a decent sub DPS. It's just that I think of other cryo characters I could have as sub DPS, and I would probably prefer them. But I haven't played him in a while, so I don't know. I'm gonna stick him in high C tier. I haven't used him lately, so I can't necessarily be a perfect comment on that, but I mean, if you run him with Zac Sword, you can spam his ult pretty frequently. And his ult does okay damage. It does more damage to opponents with lower percentage of their max HP remaining than Chongyun. So that's interesting, I guess. It's kind of an execute. I don't know. I think about building him sometimes again, but I'm gonna stick him in IC. Where Ganyu? Alright, Bird, you wanna know where Ganyu's at? There, are you happy? I don't even need to fucking talk about Ganyu. I'm getting bored of her, but I can't deny that she's an S tier. No, fuck that. Characters can do more damage than her now, or at least equivalent. The only S tier that is going up there, where is he? I made the double S tier just for Kazuha. That is the only reason that tier exists. I genuinely still think that he is the only double S tier character in this entire game. He does too fucking much. Kazuha does way too fucking much. That is cat. If Ganyu was an S tier, she would be S+. If there was an S+ to S-, that's where she sits as S+. But just Kazuha does damage, he does grouping, he does resistance shred, he buffs elemental mastery. He has the job of a support and a sub DPS in the top of both of their categories combined. And that's even with C0, which is Iron Sting. I mean, if he gets Freedom Sworn, he's Bennett now. If you get C1, you can double your damage. Sub DPS Ganyu isn't crazy. It's good, but it's not crazy. Like, I would run her with like Ayato as a sub DPS, but in every other case, I wouldn't rather have her in sub DPS. She's S+. If you don't use her for damage too, she has energy issues. My current line of belief is that I think Kazuha eclipses her in usefulness and strength. Because my reasoning is that when I think about the two characters, there is not a single team that Kazuha doesn't benefit. Besides maybe Geo. Ganyu doesn't benefit every single team. Like, with the Ayato team I'm running right now, I could replace Toma with Ganyu and not have a shielder and just rely on crystallized shields. And it would be nice for the freeze. But I'd be trading it for vape damage, which I kind of would want more. My Hutao team, I could replace Xingqiu with Ganyu and have like a Melt team, but Melt isn't as good as Vaporize, so I'd rather just have Xingqiu. I run her on my Ayaka team because I don't have Shenhe, but if I had Shenhe, I'd rather have Shenhe. But I do like that Ganyu plus Kokomi is just infinite freeze over a massive area, basically. That is nice. Like I said, if Ganyu... there was an S+ to S- in the tier, because I'm organizing them in order they go in the tiers, Ganyu is never going to move from S+ far to the left. Ignoring Kazuha, I think she is probably still the best character in the game. No cap. Like, I love Hutao more than Ganyu, But Hu Tao is just S. She is very good, she is big number, but Ganyu still does more damage than her. I can throw Hu Tao up there easy. There's no question in that one. Like, just charge deck spam. If you have Homa and you have C1, like, you don't have problems in the game. There's another S tier I can throw up there quickly, without hesitation. Ito. Yeah, exactly, there you go. Wait 1 second. Ito is up there. I think Ito is... I'm gonna be capped real quick. I'm gonna put Ito above Hu Tao. I think Ito has... Do you think he's S with supports? I'm torn because I want to say he's above Hu Tao because he does more damage than Hu Tao. But with Ito, you can only run him with one team. That's true. You can charge his ult very quickly though with that team. But I can't compare like Perfect World Scenario Ito with Perfect World Scenario Hu Tao, because Hu Tao... Yeah, exactly. Hu Tao would eclipse him, probably. She has more variation. You can run her in different ways. Okay, never mind. I take back my cap. I take back my cap. Ito's team is very fucking expensive. You're right. You could run Hu Tao with cheap 4 stars. You could run her with free 4 stars and she'd still be good. Yeah, you're right. I mean, fuck, even like it's not as good as Vape, but even just fucking Kaya. Like you could run Hu Tao with Kaya all day. He is expensive, but I'm trying not to make it like I'm keeping it more like this is my personal opinion based on my teams and what I have, I guess. Because I think if I analyzed every single Perfect World scenario, I'd be here all day. Because I think if you have C6 Ito, definitely better than Hu Tao. Alloy? There. Do you want me to explain myself? She's another one that sits in the trash tier. C6 is a different tier list. It is a very fucking different tier list. Because I'm gonna tell you, if we were talking to C6, then Gandhi would be in double S. Yoimiya would be above both of them, probably. Yoimiya is another easy one. Where's she sitting at? What the fuck is this? What is this picture? Why is there a picture of Kazuha and Beto? Okay. Yoimiya. Electro Kazuha. Yeah. I think Yoimiya is better than Ito. I think she, with the Vape team, she does a little bit more damage. And it's the same thing with Hu Tao, where you just need to pop her E and not charge her ult. Even with like not a perfect artifact, like my Yoimiya definitely isn't like built different or anything like that. I think my Yoimiya's spread is like 60% crit rate and 188% crit damage. But like my Yoimiya hits 32, 33k fucking Vapes. Mac disagree. Hey, that's okay. I think Amber is in trash for how many rules you need to C6 her. I only have C3 Amber. My reasoning was that Amber isn't great, but if you do have her, she isn't the worst thing in the world, and her E can do okay damage, and her ult does buff attack and movement speed. So it isn't horrid. I think my thinking was that with a good weapon and good artifact set, she could be a lot better, but Barbara with a good artifact set and a good weapon do nothing. Like, with Kokomi's weapon and Ocean Hue set, she's still shit. Same with Alloy. Just, Alloy has no constellations, she's just a worse Ganyu. Like, I know she can do okay damage, but I don't see a reason to ever build her because her E has too fucking long of a cooldown too, and it's weird. Diluc. I think we're at the point where you have a good weapon and artifacts, it's too late. You have better people. Yeah. I suppose. Bro, I'm trying to go down this list. Klee is B tier. Ally is a 5-star. Klee is in B tier because she has the same syndrome as Diluc. Where, I mean, honestly, I would do this as well, easily. Both of them are just outclassed by other Pyro characters, and their kit is old and doesn't do as much damage. And it sucks because I love Klee, but every time I play her, I want to jump off the nearest bridge because her kit feels so much more clunkier than I remember, and the damage payoff isn't as good as it used to be. Especially since I have Hu Tao and Yoimiya. Like, my big fucking hot take right now is that I would rather play Yanfei than Klee. I think Yanfei she does the same thing, and she might maybe do a little bit less damage just because of Klee's ult. But I think her kit is just, it feels better. Klee got better with Yelan, you don't have Yelan. Yeah, I mean, that's another easy one too. Like, even though I didn't fucking pull for her, I would put Yelan probably right there. Yelan's somewhere in S tier. I don't have her, so I feel like I can't speak on her as much, and the only showcase I see of her is Teki playing his C6 Yelan with R5 weapon. Because if you don't have C6 and you don't have her weapon, she is just a Sing Show replacer. These charges are better. Yeah. I'm gonna put Yelan here for now. I don't have her, so I can't speak on her perfectly, because I know Tectone's showcase is way better than she's actually gonna be for normal people. So I'll leave it right there. Diona is high A tier. Diona is an easy one. It's just great shield, great battery, great healing. Every fucking team that has a cryo character benefits from Diona. She's got on every freeze team, and she's got on every physical damage team. Miko, thoughts? As you know, Burb, I am a Yaimiko haver, and I'm also a Yaimiko weapon haver. Let me just like... I should... Okay, let's put this in the webcam box. Let's do that. Let's do that. Sacrifice your Diana for Kokomi. I am a Yaimiko haver. I have her weapon. I don't have any funny constellations, but I do have her weapon. I like Yaimiko a lot. And I wish she was a little bit stronger. But when my E's hit for like 18 to 20k damage a hit, I really can't fucking complain. I think she's a load of fun, and technically, I would tell you that Fischl is probably more consistent for Electro application on teams, just because Oz will follow your basic attacks. I think Yamiko is better in damage and better in fun, and I would place her in A tier, but below Ayaka. She strong. She is very solid A. What I think she needs is she needs an artifact set that buffs elemental skill damage. Like if Gambler's set became a 5-star set, easy. She's very fun. I like her a lot. I like her a lot, and I was saying this earlier. She's one of the very few characters in this game that when I play her and I look at her animations, I feel the personality from them. Like they went above and beyond designing her kit and how she just feels to play. And if she gets that set, I would throw her in S tier. Like no questions, she would be an S tier. I'm just waiting for that day. Fischl is an A tier, but she's below Yamiko. Autos are so good. Yeah. Actually, is Fischl an A tier? I'm putting Fischl in A tier because of convenience. Because if you're running an overload build or if you're running like a physical damage build, then I think that what happened to my webcam? Hello. There we go. No, go down here, please. Can you stop? There we go. Hello, I'm back. C6 dependent though. True. True. That is very true. C0 fish? C0 fish would be down here then. You know what? If that's the case, I'm gonna happily put her in B tier. Because she is extremely constellation dependent. Because I think that basically every constellation besides C0 is pointless for Fischl. I mean, C4 is good, I guess, for Fischl, getting healing from her ult and the extra damage. But yeah, I'll nestle Fischl in low B tier, just because of the constellation diff. I'm gonna also place Jean in B tier. No. I'm putting Jean in high C tier. Because my value of Jean is constellation dependent. Because if you just have C0, she's a fine healer. But holding her E takes too long for it to be worth it. And it just wastes time. And the tap E is just kind of meh. The healing is good. But for a 5-star to just be useful for tapping a Q, she gets better with C4, but you have to get C4 Jean. And not everyone is fucking ridiculous or crazy like me and have C5 Jean and understand that pain. But if you don't have C4, her value exponentially goes down. And then even if you have C4, it's good for Kazuha and Zhao, and that's it. So I'll nestle her in high C tier. If you had C4, I'd put her in B tier. But Jean bad. Kaya? C2 make her B, C4 make her A, IMO. What does C2 do for Jean? Oh, that's the one where she gets it. Oh, you're right. I forgot about C2. Haijo no 2, right? Maybe then I would say C0 is high C. C2 is low B, and I think C4 is just high B. Haijo is crazy though. I don't know. I'm gonna put Kaya in C tier. He's a good option if you don't have anything else. But I also think that, unfortunately, Kaya's use is also constellation dependent. Because without his C2 and his C6, he's just kind of okay. But, you know, it's another case of if you have nothing else, Kaya's not bad at all. Especially because he can fucking heal himself. And when you freeze people with his cube, it gives extra particles. So if you run him with a freeze team, he's a good battery if you don't have Diona. But if you have Diona, then you would never run him. So meh. Kaching. Well, I know Mac would put Kaching here. I think Kaching. I would put her in B tier. Only because she does good damage, but her kit is very outdated and boring. And her damage is never going to be as strong as a Vaporized team. I just don't know where I would put her in B tier. I don't think I would put her above Diluc. And I don't think I'd put her above Klee either. She's extremely outdated. I'll put her in between Klee and Yanfei. Because I'm trying to think too, like, his Mistsplitter too, now that we have that, makes her kit and her damage a good amount stronger, but her damage is meh. She feels boring as fuck to play. She was cool back in the day, but yeah, meh. Lisa, Lisa's a C tier. You agree with B tier? That's good. I'm tempted to put Lisa above Kaya. But Lisa is constellation dependent as well. She's kind of constellation dependent. Her constellations do help her a little bit. Not that they're OP, but I don't think I can put her above Kaya. Kaya is better. But it's like when we were telling, who was playing? Who was playing Genshin? Who are we helping with Genshin? Me and Jacob. Fuck. I can't remember his name. Did I add him? No, I didn't add him. Maybe it was Kieran. Maybe Kieran was the one playing Genshin. I can't remember who it is off the top of my head now. But Lisa's a very fucking good extremely low investment character, especially for a physical team. You could run her with a level 1 Thrilling Tales. Was it Liam? I can't remember. It probably is Liam then. I don't think Kieran was playing Genshin. But yeah, Lisa's a strangely good low investment character for a team. If you have like nothing else, if you just give her a level 1 Throwing Tails and get her to 70, you don't have to dump anything into her stats whatsoever. You don't have to level any of her talents up. Just give her Noblesse. Because when you use your ult, you shred people's defense by 15%. Kieran hates gotcha. Okay, it's not Kieran. But yeah, you can run level 1 Throwing Tails, no talents leveled up, no artifact leveled up Noblesse set with Lisa, and you buff attack, and shred defense. It doesn't make her god tier, but you know, if you're someone that doesn't have a lot of units, it's not a bad, you know, person to level. You can just give them a fucking full purple set of Noblesse, and it's good enough. That's all you need. But yeah, just sit here. Mona? Where do I put Mona? I like Mona a lot. Mona has really good CC, and her ult does a ton of damage. And if you have C1, she fucking buffs the shit out of hydro reactions. Even if you don't have C1, she is still pretty good though. And you're gonna have her set lying around because everyone constantly has to fucking farm Emblem of Sever Fate Shimenawa's dungeon for literal eternity. So it's not like you have to go overboard to get her set either. I'm gonna put Mona in low A tier. Well, I'm gonna put her in the middle of A tier. I think I would say she is better than Yaimiko, but I don't think she's better than Ayaka. But Mona's strong. Ninglong. Ninglong is good, but she is kind of clunky to play. And if you didn't pull Ito but have the components for the Ito team, she is a very good replacement for Ito on that team if you don't have him. Because before I had Ito, I was building up his team just to have it ready. And I have my Ninglong at 80 anyway, and I have her talents kind of high because I was using her for a little bit before. And playing her was pretty fun. Her damage is surprisingly high. But it's nothing crazy. And if you don't have the components for the team, I don't see her having a ton of use. That being said, I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna move Jean up, but I'm gonna put Ninglong in high C. Noella's down here. I have never seen anyone use Noelle. I have barely ever used Noelle. She's kind of lackluster. She's not bad, but her damage isn't that good, and her healing is just meh. Meh. I mean, what? Her fucking shield, you can't even shield with her unless someone drops below a certain amount of health, right? Isn't that her Ascension talent? I mean, that's a good shield, I guess. Hmm. No, I'm gonna keep her in D tier. I think Noelle sits kind of comfortably there. Chi-Chi is trash. But she's high tier trash. But she's trash. Constellations don't save her either. And I would know because I have C3 Chi-Chi so far. It's just... She's another character with outdated kit. If you have no other healers, she is fine. But the... And the passive healing of the E is okay. But it doesn't happen that often. You really need to heal with her on the field. And the ult is okay, because then everyone can heal themselves. But, like, yeah, I don't know. I say she's trash because I don't like her, but realistically I probably would put her, like, above the Travelers. Because if I had to use her, I wouldn't, like, entirely despise it if that's the healer that I had to use. I just hate that I have 3 Chi-Chis. Another easy S. I'm gonna put fucking Ayato up here. Let's get some of the S tiers out of the way really quick. Just fucking rapid fire. Let's get them up there. I think Ayato is S tier. Do you have C3? You have 4. Oh, pff, okay, yeah. You know what? Burb. Don't talk to me. Ayato's S tier. I like him more than Ito, but he does a little bit less damage than Yoimiya. That one's quick and easy. Eula is S tier. I think she is below Ito, but she is S tier. Zhongli is S tier. Raiden Shogun is S tier. I would put Zhongli... I would put Zhongli here. And I would put Raiden Shogun here. Maybe? I'm trying to think of, like, where these characters go to the point where their usefulness eclipses the damage of these characters in S tier. And I think Zhongli is here. And I think Raiden is just here. Because Zhongli you can smack on every team, and he's good. Effectively. You can do the same with Raiden, but there are certain teams that just don't want her. And she is constellation dependent too. She only gets crazy if you have her weapon and you have at least C2. Zhongli, I mean, you can have fucking nothing. You can run Zhongli with white tassel, or black tassel, and no constellations, and he's still going to be as OP as he was if you had C2. Or any constellation, really. That's another easy wrap. I think Razor. Where would I put Razor? I would put Razor. I would put Razor in B tier, but I don't know where I would put him because I don't know how crazy his damage gets. Rock, are you still in the chat? You're a fucking Razor main. Where would you put your fucking Razor if you were making this tier list? Where do you think he would sit? I think Rocco's AFK. I'm gonna throw a Razor. I'm gonna put him above Kaching. I think I'm comfortable with him being in the middle of B tier. I just haven't used him in so long that I don't really know how he's hitting these days. I mean, fuck it. Is there a fucking, like, Kaching mains, like... Is there a damage spreadsheet for Razor? B, probably. Yeah. That's where I'm thinking to set him. See, I don't want... I don't want combos. I don't want combos. I just want... Kaching main server is a meme. Yeah, that's the same guide. %10 of the main Kaching. Yeah, because maining Kaching is just fucking pain. This is Ningguang. That's not what I want. What? And then say other doesn't. Nope. Yeah, just watch his IOX guide. Alright, well, yeah, I'm gonna put him in B tier. So, Mac, the problem with the Kaching main server is they started as Kaching mains, and most of them realized that Kaching is bad. So they swapped to something else. People only really join that server because a lot of damage testing. I mean, yeah, that's the point of it at this point. I think Sucrose is A tier. Well, I think she's high B tier. Because she is constellation dependent as well. Maybe I'd move her lower in B tier then. Put her here. Because if you do have C6 Sucrose, it's pretty fucking good. I mean, even with just C1 or C2, like, Sucrose is pretty fucking good. For a 4-star, she's definitely held up very well. Regardless if I actually use her or not. Like, there's always a point where if I wanted to, I could build Sucrose, and she would be a fantastic Kazuha replacement. Because certain teams don't like having Venti, because he sucks things into the air. That being said, Venti I would put in high B tier. And I stick him in high B tier simply for the reason that since I have Kazuha, I don't feel the need to have Venti. She's a cheap Kazuha, but not really nearly as good. Yes. She is a fine replacement for Kazuha, for Spiral Abyss purposes. I think if you have Venti, as long as the team is okay for it, Venti is better. But if you're not running two teams that can handle Venti's ult, he's no use to you. It's just going to be a loss of DPS, basically. So I wouldn't be comfortable throwing him into A tier. But again, that being said, if you're running a team with Yamiko, or you're running a team with, Ganyu, or Yoimiya, and it doesn't matter. I mean, if you had to use him with Ito, I think Ito's charge attacks and his ult do hit as well. But I'll put Venti there. Alright. Oh, another fucking easy S is Kokomi. Venti has a cheap ult and good gather skills. Yes, he does. Problem is, Max getting suspenseful. Kazuha exists. Yes, the first thing I said. Venti's great, but I have Kazuha. So why would I use him? And if I were to fully level up a replacement for Kazuha, I'm gonna be real with you, I would probably level my Sucrose before my Venti. And maybe that's a weird hot take, but I think that for me, especially with the teams that I commonly run in my Spiral Abyss runs these days, I would benefit more from Sucrose than Venti. Alright, this one hurts. Because I love Tartaglia. I think he's a very cool character. I love his design. I love his gameplay. I love his story. But he's a little forgotten. His buff to his character was a weapon on the weapon banner. And if you have C4, it ruins Vaporize comps with him. That sucks, because if you want C6, you have to deal with C4. And the thing is, though, is he still does really good damage. All things aside. I'm gonna put him in low A tier. I think I'm gonna put him in low A tier. He's one of those characters, too, that I just... When I'm through with building a team or two, I do want to revisit him and give him the team he deserves and the build he deserves. Because I do have C1. And yes, the problem is Ayato exists. Ayato is infinitely better. His ult is 10 times better. His cooldown is extremely more manageable. He does more damage. His constellations are better. I think Tartaglia's spot is probably in B tier, but I'm gonna give him low A, just because I still like my boy. And I do want to go back and I want to level him up again and give him a good artifact set, but at the moment, Ayato just deserves that artifact set and the attention a lot more. Zhengling is a character I am going to confidently put in A tier. And I'm going to put over Tartaglia. Zhengling is a ridiculously good 4-star that is constellation dependent. But she just does a lot of damage with her ult for no reason. And especially if you get C4 and C6, you basically like 40% extra time on her ult, and then a 15% damage bonus to everything to Pyro when you use her ult. I think Guoba kind of sucks, and Zhengling has really bad energy issues, unless you have a good battery, but yeah, Zhengling is kind of crazy. Who do we have left on this list? We have fucking hello. We have Sumeru characters in this list. What the hell? I'm gonna put Sync Cho up here. Honestly, I'm gonna do this. You're right. He does have higher reaction multipliers. You know what? I'll put him here. I think with adding Xingqiu and Yunjin into the S tier, I think it's locked down. These are the only characters I would put in S tier. Venti better than Kazuha for suck. Yeah, except Venti can't suck certain types of enemies. And also, melee characters can't hit shit in Venti's ult. So if you're using it for, you know, Yoimiya and Ganyu, then fine. Yeah, I guess, but, well, if it's dense enough to grab all of them, sure. I think I would have an easier time just doing it with Kazuha, though, but I think this right here for sure is, I don't know how I 100% feel about the order of the S tier. But I think I'm pretty confident with the S tier. I think Raiden is S. I think she's low S, high A. She fits a good amount of comps, but there are definitely some comps where there's quite a few comps that she doesn't really have a place in. I mean, she's good for Freeze and Mono Electro and Taser, but like no pyro comps. My thing is, I'm analyzing it from my perspective of having C0 Raiden. If I had her weapon and I had C2, I would very much agree that I feel that when I'm playing her, she is S tier. But with just... Ooh, knocked my gain down. Doesn't fit Vape Melt. Yeah. But Vape is the most strongest comp in the game. But with C0 no weapon, I think she is more of an A tier character. C2 is crazy, because fucking... What is it? 50% or 60%? 60% defense shred like that. That's stupid. That's absolutely stupid. And then her weapon gives her a dick ton more attack. So it's kind of volatile. Zhao is A tier, but Zhao is like here. Well, I was talking to give me your teapot, bruh. I'll let you in with your request again. There you go, you fucking whore. With Zhao, I never felt like he was extremely lackluster at C0. I know that he can have some energy issues. You're only level 30? Bro, you're slacking. But I don't know, I haven't felt ridiculous issues with his energy. Maybe I'm just like decent at managing it or something. And maybe I just play a weird way that's less damage efficient but more energy efficient. But even at C0 he's good. It's just my problem with Zhao is that I think his playstyle is boring. Maybe I just need to like level him better, and it's pretty much whenever he can be. Yeah, see, I thought so too. I don't know. I just if I like fully built him and like, crowned his ult and made him a good team, I would have more fun with him probably. But when I was building him and kind of like figuring out teams and playing with him a little bit, I kind of just felt underwhelmed by Zhao. I don't have his weapon either, so maybe that doesn't help, but he's one of those characters that I mean to go back and revisit and spend more time with. Yeah. My thing with Zhao is you run Zhao, Jin, Bennett, and Zhongli. Yeah, that's about what I was gonna run. That's what I was thinking. My thing with Zhao is I was basically just saying fucking if I get a good 4-piece of Vermilion from doing Abyss, then I'll build him. Jin C4 OP. Yeah. What you know about Jin C5 though? Max XP locked in this fucking battle pass. Get fucked, loser. I'm like level 36, I think. Xinyon's trash. Get out of here. Awful character. I despise her. I think her kid is stupid. I think her character sucks. I hate her voice. I could care less about this character. Eat a dick. Pujasara? I would put her in low A tier. She's a very strong character, and she makes shit like Yaimiko and Hypercarry Raiden ridiculous. Like, Raiden, Kokomi, Sara, Kazuha is disgusting. Talking about me saying I don't like Sarah? I like Kuja Sarah. I just haven't built her. Because I didn't have constellations. I don't have Raiden's weapon either, so I never was going to build the hyper carry. But I have C6 now, so I intend to build her for Yaimiko team. Yeah, exactly. Sarah plus Yaimiko is alt go funny bird damage. We can rapid fire a couple then. Sayu is C tier. Boring character, but he make you run fast. Tell me she was overrated. I don't think she's overrated. I just didn't build her because I didn't have shit. Getting those Sayu constellations. I've had C6 Sayu for a while, so just honestly catch up. That was before, yeah, before Miko. I didn't think she was worth it because I didn't have Raiden constellations and I didn't have her weapon. So for me, there was no point because I'm not going to build Hypercarry Raiden without her shit. So there was no reason to have it. But with Yaimiko now, Yaimiko does crazy damage, so it's a little bit more worth it. And then, especially for when Mr. fucking Chino comes out, believe you me, I will have a Kujosara leveled for Chino. And let's just C1 Sayu? How the fuck have you never gotten Sayu constellations? What the hell? I can rapid fire a couple more of these. Shenhe hasn't been ranked? No, but I'm gonna tell you that Shenhe go here. Well, the order is only the thing I'm confused on because Shenhe very strong, but having her over one of these other characters like Ayaka, it doesn't help you because she can't buff anyone's damage. I'll put her here. Shenhe is very good. I'm sad that I missed her and I didn't have enough primos to pull her because I wanted her very bad. Her character and her fucking story quest are phenomenal, and I think her story quest genuinely might be the best one we've ever gotten. Better than Diona? Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. I'll put her there. I'll keep her next to Raiden. Yeah, next time Shenhe Rerun Banner comes back, I promise you I will have her. And potentially even her weapon. I'm very sad I couldn't get her. I'm gonna get C1. Yeah, C1's fucking good. I mean, shit, C2 as well is pretty good. For C6, true icy cold effects using normal charge damage. It does not count towards the trigger quota. Oh, what? Oh, that's fucking wild. Dude, her C6 is ridiculous. May as well C6, 2k on mommy. Yeah, you know what? Why not? Fuck it, right? Just drop the money. Rosaria goes here. Rosaria is in lower B tier. Rosaria is very good, but she's only good for physical comps, really. She's an okay battery, but just, yeah, her kit is geared towards physical damage. And I could guess you could run, if you don't have Diona or something, you could run her as a battery for a cryo character, but she She only shreds physical damage, so, I mean... Eh. Become power tripped, yeah. Say E not good. Her E is pretty good. There's a short cooldown and does a pretty decent amount of damage. It generates about the same particles as Diona E. Well, yeah, it's worse than Shenhazi, of course, but... not comparable. I'm just thinking if you don't have Diona, that she probably would be better to run than Kazuha, or Kazuha, Kaya. But she'd only be just barely better than Kaya. She's probably going to be the one that sits in the lowest end of B tier. I'm gonna put Goro in C tier. Because Goro is good if you get all of his constellations. But he's only good with Geo teams. So my thinking is like, with Geo team, he's S tier. With any other team, he's trash. So C tier. And maybe low B, actually. Maybe I'll put him over Rosaria. Cheap physical DPS. Not really even cheap physical DPS. She's not that good of a physical DPS. I would just use Razor over her if you have Razor. I guess if you don't have him or Eula, then fine. But she's not that good. Cookie Shinobi is C tier. If you have a need for a healer and you need an Electro support, she's fine. Yeah, Goro does accomplish his job very well. I agree. That's what my thinking is. With a Geo team, he's S tier, but without a Geo team, he's D tier. So he kind of hovers in the middle. Because he's only used on one comp. And you can't really use him without it. Toma's weird because Josh says currently shitting at work watching some gay ass rate anime characters he wants to fuck. Hey, that's not that. This isn't the tier list. I'll make that a different tier list. We can come back later and watch that tier list. If you try to run Goro on non-Geo, what are you doing? Yeah. Yes, Josh, I can see your message. I just said your message out loud. Thank you. I was in the middle of a thought. Listen, if you want me to make a tier list of anime characters I want to fuck, that's a different day entirely, homie. This tier list would look a lot different. There are 3 characters that would immediately skyrocket to triple S tier above Kazuha, let me tell you. Probably. I mean, if you're at work, your internet is probably S. what was I even at? What did I just throw up here? Oh, Toma. He's weird because I think as an overall, his kit is just kind of mediocre and it's weird. And he was meant to be a very specific character that isn't flexible. But that being said, I got his C6 constellation and threw him on my Ayatsu team for shits and giggles because I wanted to level him for when Dendro comes out. And he makes my Ayatsu team hit kind of different. I mean, I don't know. I'm still gonna put him in the C tier, but I think I would put him in high C tier. Nah, you're good, Josh. Don't worry about it. I appreciate you coming out and hanging out for a sec, homie. I hope work goes all right, sir. Haisho is A tier. Haisho very easily A tier. I would probably put him here. Well, yeah, I'd put him here. Haisho's a character that I also want to build and fuck around with, since I have C4 Gene, because he's pretty fucking strong. He does a lot of good shit. I was thinking he would be good, but I wasn't expecting him to be as good as he was. I watched Zyx's guide on him, and I watched Techie's showcase of him. He's pretty fucking good. I don't have C6 yet though, unfortunately, but he's very good. He's very good in energy for himself, and he's very self-sufficient. And his normals and charges aren't the worst thing either, which is what I was afraid of. And I mean, like, the Ascension passive 2 for increasing all the mental mastery is pretty good for an Anemo sub DPS. 80 is not super high, but it's not bad to have for 10 seconds. I'm gonna put him there. And I mean, shit. Beyond the fucking Sumeru characters, I guess that's it. Electro Kazuha. I mean, if you want my predictions of these characters, I think Tanari is gonna be up here, and I think Kolai is gonna be up here, and I think Dori is gonna be here. From what I know from seeing the leaks, at least. I mean, I might even put Kolai up here, honestly. I think he's gonna be A. He's gonna be dependent on his weapon, I think. But, I mean, did you see the change that they did to his kit recently? Not yet. They reduced the buff that he gets from Elemental Mastery from a max of 80 down to a max of 60, but they increased the reduction to his charge time from 1.5 to 2.1, I think. I texted Mac about it, hold up. No, I didn't do the actual number. Yeah, so his charge time gets ridiculously cut down by his E, so that's gonna help a lot. I don't know if I would put him higher than anyone else up here necessarily, but I think he would be an S tier, but he would be low S tier. I still think Kolai is better than him though, unfortunately. But fuck, we'll see. Maybe we fucking play with her when she comes out and she's just mediocre. But I don't know, her constellations and her E are pretty good. And Dori, I mean, like, Dory's gonna be okay. I mean, you know, she's official that heals is really what her spot is gonna be. I haven't really seen like too much of her actual like current relevant leaked kit to see her numbers, but she'll be decent. She'll be decent. I mean, if you need a healer on a physical team, then you could run her instead of Fish. Meh. Sure, Electro Kazuha. We'll put Electro Kazuha up there. There we go. I guess that's I don't do any reorganization is now my question. Do I want to do any reorganization? Honestly, I think I'm happy with this. I think I'm pretty satisfied with this. If I sat down and thought about it a little bit longer, then I might swap some positions around within the tiers a little bit more. But I think this is probably my my current tier list for Genshin. Ignoring the Sumeru characters that we haven't played around with. I'm only basing it off of what I've read in the leaks of those characters. But I guess that's kind of my predictions where they're going to sit. Maybe I do kind of agree. Maybe I will put him like right here. Yeah, okay. I think that's where I'm sitting. Some of the characters are placed kind of more like how I feel about them versus like necessarily how good they are. Like, I think if you are just ranking raw power and strength, I mean, Bennett should be in S tier. There are definitely some characters that should be swapped around a little bit more. Because mostly what I base this off of is my feelings, but also my use of those characters if I have them. That's why Bennett's in B tier, because, you know, I C6 to my Bennett on purpose, so that's my feelings on Bennett, I suppose. Well, alrighty. Well, I appreciate the help from the boys in chat making this tier list. I don't know why, there's just something about making tier lists to me that's satisfying. And I don't do it all the time, but when I'm on my own, I definitely fucking randomly think of shit that I would want to rank, and I go make a tier list, and then look at it, and then just close my browser. I don't do it every week, but... Oh. Doing this just makes me realize characters that I want to spend time with and build better. More than anything else. Which is unfortunate, because I'm trying to be efficient about making my Abyss teams better over teams I want for fun. What do I have to do tomorrow? I need to fucking grind books for Yato. And honestly, you know what? Been going for almost 3 hours. Fuck it. I think with that shit, I'm gonna end the stream here. A very good fucking meme. Played some Genshin for a bit. Did a fucking tier list. Talked to the boys. Not bad. Well, fucking, for anyone else that was watching and enjoying me rank Genshin characters for an hour and a half, appreciate y'all for hanging out. You all have a good night. Love you too, BB.